My name is Mark, and I'm the guitar player for the worship team at my church, Hope Crossing. My guitar rig consists of this V30. It's a Class A tube amp. My main guitar is this Ibanez Prestige. I believe it's a RG500X, FX, whatever. But really, the bulk of my tone comes from this, which is a Line 6 Pod HD500X. So before we get started, I would like to let you know that the patches that I'm sharing with you today in this video are available for purchase. It's $2 for the bundle, and that information can be found in the description box. All right, now let's get going. The first patch I'd like to share with you today is my clean patch. And when I'm playing guitar in church, really this patch is 90% of what everything is based on. So when I dialed this in, it sounds like this. Now it's a very bare bones, just a little bit of reverb coming off the amp. And I did that to, you need a really clean palette in which to start with. And it sounds good. Right now I have it in both pickups, but in any pickup configuration, all the way up to the neck. Now, I'm a big delay fan, so I use a lot of delay in my stuff. The first delay that I have set up has a quicker repeat, and I would use this in a song like the second delay that I have. When I'm strumming, I really don't have anything going on. But anything that I'm arpeggiating notes, this is usually the delay that I have going on, because it's a very... And right now you really can't hear it until you... Then you hear it. But in the mix, when you're just picking notes, it's very subtle. And again, I think that is the key to having a really great tone, especially live, when everything is just really subtle, because the louder you have it, and when you're mixed with a bunch of different instruments, by the time it reaches the back of the room, the more stuff you have going on, the more cluttered that it can come across. So, it's definitely there. The third delay that I have sounds like this. And you can hear there's a little modulation on the tail end of the delay. So I usually use that together with the previous delay, and that creates a tone like... really nice, kind of warm. Like I said, you hear the modulation kind of mixed in there a little bit, but it's not overpowering. Now the fourth effect that I've programmed for my clean tone gives it kind of like, almost like an organ feel. So if you're playing... And when you add a little delay in there along with it, so anyway, that is my clean tone. Alright, so this next patch I programmed for when my playing needs to be a little bit more aggressive. So this is my Overdrive patch, and it sounds like this. Now, I don't really have a lot of gain on there, and I don't play with a lot of gain, especially live, because again, what I've learned is that less is definitely better. When you have just a bunch of delays and choruses and gobs of distortion going on, it sounds great when you're just jamming in your house. But when you take it into a live situation, as you increase in volume and there's other instruments and drums and singers and whatever you have going on, and a room full of people, by the time it gets to the back, the more stuff that you have going on, the better the opportunity for is the sound to just turn to mush. It just sounds like some noise. So I've learned that the cleaner that I can play, the better, especially again live, the better my tone is going to be. So I do have 2 different delays on this. Right there's with no delay. The first delay that I have sounds like this. Now you really can't hear it until after, like if you hit the... But when you're just picking, it's not really there, until you... Now the second delay that I have is a reverse delay, and it sounds like... Now I have that set up. Really, I use that along with the first one if I'm doing like a low gain lead patch, and that would make it sound like... Now, the third bank is basically, it's mirrored of this, just with more gain for like a lead patch. So it would take it from 2. So you hear how there's significantly less gain on that. Now, it sits really well in a mix. Let's see, I think I still have a loop on here that I was noodling around with earlier. So what I'm going to do is continue to noodle over this loop and let you hear how it might sound for you if you're playing like in a mix. So. So there you have it. There are the patches that I have available. These are the patches that I use. I hope it helps you. If you dig it, as always, please subscribe.